In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I turned this old PC that has an APU, 8 gigs of RAM, and an SSD into a awesome Minecraft server. As you can see what we are playing on right now. This thing has 26 render distance, and I've had 3 people on here, which it plays flawlessly. We're going to be turning this into a Linux Minecraft server, and this definitely beats Minecraft Realms. So if you're into this and you want to see how I did it, watch the video and I'm going to be showing you how to do it step by step. So let's get right into it. The long LTS is the one that has updates in which it'll be better. You'll get the latest version. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to get is either Valencia Etcher, which is a software that lets you write the operating system on the USB. A lot of people like Etcher, but I'm going to be using Rufus, which is another way of doing this. It's just another software. So I will be using Rufus. You can go ahead and go down here and download. You're going to want to get the 64 or x86, I believe, XE for Windows, because that's what I have now. Pick your own operating system. And then once you have those two, go ahead and insert your USB, open up Rufus, and then where it says boot selection, click the Ubuntu that you downloaded, and that's it. And you're going to use the USB, and then go ahead and use default settings, press OK, and start the format. So I'm speeding this up really fast. You go ahead and format it, and then whenever this is done, it should have all of your Linux server. Go ahead and right click on there and press eject, or just pull it out of your PC. Next step, as you can see here, you're going to want to put your USB inside of your server or your old computer. We're going to be loading up Linux Ubuntu server on this old PC, and this is going to be storing our Minecraft server. Go ahead and turn it on and spam F12 or delete. In this case, it's either F12 or delete. Your motherboard will tell you. And then you're going to want to go into the BIOS, as we did using F12 or delete, and set the boot options to USB. We're going to be booting from that USB. Okay, save, configurations, reset, unplug your USB, and then it's going to give you try or install Ubuntu server. Go ahead and click that or press enter on that. We're going to be loading up a whole bunch of information. As you can see, it's going to give you a bunch of options to choose from. Your language, I'm clicking English. Layout of the keyboards, English. This here is important. You're going to want to do your network configurations. If you have an Ethernet cable, just plug that in. If your server is going to be using Wi-Fi, you can do as I do here and go to Wi-Fi, add the network name and the password, and this will connect your computer to the Wi-Fi. And then next step, it's going to do updates or whatever. As you can see, it's going to be doing updates. I believe I chose updates. And then just continue through here until you get to... So continue here. It's going to tell you what US or what file it's going to be, what disk it's going to write to. I'm just doing the default disk because there's only one. And I'm just pressing continue. And it's going to wipe everything on that disk and install server. And this is the important part. You're going to want to make sure you enter your name, your username, and password, and your server name. Remember this because this will be used later in the video and to manage your server and connect to it. So go ahead and press. I'm skipping this Ubuntu Pro, so skip for now. And make sure you install SSH server. It's very important. We're going to be remoting into this server from our main computer or client computer. And these are all these extra software and packages you can install. I just did with default. And go ahead and let it load up. I'm going to reboot now. After this is done, it's going to reboot, and boom, you have your Minecraft login server, whatever you named. Go ahead and log in using your username and password that you created in that previous screen. And boom, next step, make sure you use ifconfig, and this will make sure that you can see your IP address and all the settings that you need in order to connect. Then make sure you type these two commands start SSH and enable SSH. Okay guys, so whenever you have the NetTools installed and you've also enabled SSH on the server machine, you no longer need to, and also that you have the IP address of the server written down, you no longer need to actually have a screen on that server machine. So I'm over here on my main desktop where I'm going to be joining the server from, and I'm going to go ahead and remote into that Minecraft server that we just created, that Linux server. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and type SSH, the username that we created, and @ symbol, and then the address, the server IP address that you have for that server. I'm not going to show mine, but this is that 192 dot blah 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 blah. And then whenever that happens, press enter, and you're gonna enter the password that you created. And if all is well, you should be remoted into your Minecraft server, aka you're remote controlling that computer. So now that we're here, we can now start doing the Minecraft server part. So let's go ahead and make a new directory, mkdir. We're gonna call it Minecraft server. And then we're gonna go ahead and change directory into Minecraft server. Oh, I spelled it without an M. There we go. Now, whenever we're in this folder, we can now start doing Minecraft things. So the things that we need to install. So I'm going to leave a list of commands that you need to run in order to get the server set up. So I'm going to leave it in the link in the description or in the description itself. So first command I'm going to run is sudo apt update. This will update our Linux server machine. It's always a good thing to do, just, randomly sometimes update it. Then we're going to go ahead and install OpenJDK, which is basically the Java development kit that we need in order to run the Java server. So it's sudo apt install openjdk-21-jdk. I'm going to press enter. I already have it installed, so I'm just running this so I can show you guys. Then we're going to go ahead, and if you don't want to keep seeing all this, you can type in clear, and it'll clear your command line or console, just FYI. Now that we're here and we're in the Minecraft server folder, we are going to go ahead and download the actual Minecraft server files, aka the things we need to do to have in order to run the server. So we're going to type in wget, and we're going to type in this minecraft.net -download -server. Now this is basically, wget lets you download, instead of coming on the Chrome and type in Minecraft server download, instead of coming all the way over here, clicking to here, and then clicking on this link to download it, instead we're just going to be telling our server to download it in the command line. So basically, if you want to do it yourself to make sure it's not, a virus, come over here, type copy link address, and you come in here and wget control V. Actually, that will give you the wrong. Guess it'll work. Copy link address. Server.jar. Let's see if that works. I don't know, this looks odd. I actually downloaded it using this link server. I guess it changed. Well, anyways, that's what I'm saying. If later in the video this link's changed, you can come over here to this download this link, get this link right here from the official Minecraft server page. Boom, wget, and paste it into here, and you will get that. You can make sure this is not a virus, you're not getting scammed. I've seen a couple videos just saying, like, click the link. Well, look, you come to the Minecraft server and get the link yourself. Boom. I'm gonna let this download, and this has everything we need, the jar files, in order to start up our Minecraft server. So boom, we now have the files we need. If we type ls, we'll list all of the files. I'm gonna go ahead and clear up some space. We have the server jar. Now, the next step we need to do is so in the Minecraft server download page, they tell us how to run this. This right here, this java-xmx 1024 memory, jar, blah, 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 blah. Now, this is a long thing. I'm going to explain what this does. So basically, we're going to go ahead. This basically creates the server for us. So it's running this Java file, and it's going to start with memory 1024 megabytes. Well, I think it's like a gig. And then this is the max or something. I don't know. You can chat GTP it. This is a start memory and then max memory or something like that. One or the other. Anyways, we're going to be running this Java file, server.jar, with these memories. That's how much memory we're going to be allocating to our server. So for example, if you only want two megabytes of RAM to your server, this is where you would allocate that. So in order to see how much RAM we have on our old PC, aka my old PC, we could type in this dimcode-memory, sudo DMI code. So I have 8 gigs of memory. So this is in slot 1, this is in slot 2, so 4 and 4. I have 8 gigs. So that means I can allocate, if I wanted to be crazy, 7.5 gigs. But, and you might be like, okay, well, how does this convert into 1024M? That's where chat GTP comes in, because I don't know the conversions. So we'll go ahead and do this. We're going to tell chat GTP, hey, I have, let's say you only have 4 gigs of RAM. What's the max amount to use here? So it'll be like, hey, this is 1024. So our max would be 2 gigs, which would be really good to set. So 2048 MB is basically 2 gigs. So, and you could even do 3 gigs if you wanted to. You just tell chat, hey, convert this to 2 or to 3 gigs, and boom, you'll have your how much you want to put in here. So anyways, now that I've ran on that rant, this is kind of something I wanted to make sure, because in realms you only get a certain amount. They don't even tell you how much RAM or whatever. So in my case, I have 8 gigs, so I'm gonna go ahead and run 4 gigs of RAM. So this would just be 4G. You could type in 4G, literally. And the thing is, Java, that's 4G, and then you want to do this dash jar and then server.jar. So sometimes this name could be different. I think in the link here, yeah, it's Minecraft underscore server dot 21 whatever. But you have the server.jar that we got from this link. So make sure you change this name, or you can come in here and type in. And then this no GUI, we'll just make sure we're not using a graphical user interface. So we're not clicking, we're just using the command line. So I'm gonna go ahead and run that in our folder, and this should start our server. And we should get an error here, which I want to make sure. Yep, you need to agree to the EULA in order to run server. So basically, it's like, okay, what's going on here? So I'm gonna go ahead and clear. In order to accept the EULA, we're gonna do ls. Now that we have all these server files, we see how we have this EULA text. We're going to go ahead and do vim EULA. And if you press tab, it'll autocomplete. So vim EULA text, press enter. And if we use our keyboard, come down here all the way to EULA equals false. We want to make this true. So I'm going to come right here. I'm going to press A to insert after. Undo that. Type in true. And then press escape. Shift : right quit WQ and press enter. If you don't know how to do that, I think you can do nano EULA, and you can come down here. It's kind of easier, I think. Erase this, type true, and then I think write out is Control O, and then press enter, which I believe works. Then we can exit, so Control X. So just to make sure, I'm a Vim guy, so that should work. Yes, we're good. So after that, we've accepted it. We can go ahead and press up on the arrow keys to run that server. So this is basically the script you're going to press, or the command you're going to do to run the server. So run that again. You'll get used to it the more you use this. So starting the server, we've accepted the ULA, and this should host our server, which is super exciting. I mean, I have this old computer and I'm hoping it will be more performance than Realms. So it's creating a spawn area. Now, while we do this, I'm going to go ahead and launch Minecraft just so we can get this going. And as you can see, we want to keep this terminal open because we're going to make sure it works. So this is basically our server. It's running right now. We have a server. It made the spawn area. Instead of coming to direct connect, you want to go to add server, name your Minecraft server, that your client's going to be connected to. So for example, test server. And I'm going to go ahead and enter the server address. So it's that IP address that was in ifconfig, which I showed you how to find again. Make sure you type that in correctly, :25565. And you may be wondering, why is this support? That's the port for Minecraft servers. It's just one of those things. This is how it is. That's the port. So after you do that, go to done. And as you can see, I've tested this multiple times, but once you add it, it takes a minute, but then it'll work. But when I go to add server and add it like this, and I try to join, I should be able to join it. Yes. So success. We have successfully created a Minecraft server on our computer and everything is working fine. So I actually had a friend join in another room. The same thing, just make sure that they add the server and that they're using the right IP address and also the correct port, and make sure the firewall, that port is not closed. You might run into some issues. Just make sure that you troubleshoot, use Google. You might be wondering, okay, how can I go to game mode creative? Okay, how can I do something? All these error, how can I manage this server? Okay, now what I'm going to show you here is in this server. So this is basically, our master control, our terminal. So what we can do here is type help, and it'll show us all of the commands that we could run for our server. So, we got boss bar, clone, clear, clone, debug, fill, XP. I don't know a lot of these Minecraft, commands, but I do know that I want to be operator, or AKA I want to have admin status. Okay, so what we can do here is we have this OP. So run the command with the target. So what we can do here is my username is sirpip91 on Minecraft. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come down to the bottom and I'm going to type in OP, my username. Boom. So I made myself operator. So if we come to Minecraft, you can see that this update has happened in real time. So I am now operator. So like before we tried to run the game mode creative, it should work. Now it works. So now we are able to run Minecraft. So you can do that what you will. I think we could TP. Yeah, we can do all kinds of stuff. So once you're operator, you're pretty good. So you may be wondering, okay, this is pretty good and all, but how's the performance? Okay, how does this do? This is a super old A10 Athlon PC. I'll put the stuff I'll put the specs in the description. It only has 8 gigs of RAM. And how does this run? How is this good? It has only a small SSD. So okay, as you can see, it's kind of trash. This is basically a Realms at this point. But if we go to our render distance, now so you see, this is what I wanted to test out, and I want you guys to understand because I was trying to find this out too. So in the render distance, we have 26 chunks. This is trash in here, but on single player, you could do it pretty good. And your friends are like, man, I have this awesome PC, but Realms is trash. Now look, this is how we fix this. This is why I mainly wanted to create a server. So if we come here, let's go ahead and close our server down because we're going to do some work on it. So we're going to type in stop, as you can see here, this one. So anytime you forget what the commands are, just type in help, and I'm going to type stop. So when you stop the server, it saves. It's going to close the server. Everybody's going to get kicked. Okay, good deal. Now, if you come over here, I'm going to go ahead and clear this out and type in ls, you will see all of this server, information. Now, where you want to look at is your server.properties. This is what your bread and butter, where everything's going to be, where your world is. Okay. So we're going to type in vim server.properties. Boom. I use Vim. You can use Nano, whatever you want, whatever you know how to do. I think you could even use VS Code, but this is how I'm gonna do it. So this is all of your world's information. This is your world's stuff. So you may be wondering, okay, how do I do this? Now, oh look, there's that port we were talking about. As you can see here, 25565. I think you could change that. I don't know. You could test it on your own. But anyways, we're gonna come here to view distance. So before it was only 10. Okay, now my computer was 26, I believe. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this to 26. And what else can we change? I want to go ahead and change the level name. I can change that. We could tell you all the, you can change anything. Survival. I'm going to change the game mode. You can figure out what this stuff is. Now, I'm done with that. I want vanilla. So I'm going to save this. I saved the Minecraft. So I saved our server.properties. Now I'm going to go to clear, and I'm going to go ahead and restart the server. So run this again with this Java X or whatever, with all the, how much RAM we want to allocate. And you could change this. You can always change how much RAM. Say 4 gigs was too much, you could put 2 here, but I'm going to keep it at 4. So I'm going to go ahead and run this up, start the server. So boom, our server has been created. You can even change it. I guess it's called world. Anywho's, I'm going to go ahead and join our server again. Now, if all is well, then our server should have 26 view distance available to use. And I think I'm running Optifine. Don't know though. I think this is, but I believe our view distance should increase. Now my computer, I have a 3070 or 3060 or something like that. I think it's a 3060. And I have an i5, so this view distance is pretty good. So as you can see here, yeah, I don't have Optifine on. I can't press C. But as you can see here, this is pretty good for a server with only 8 gigs of RAM. I mean, like, we're not even lagging. So, oh, that's kind of loud audio. So as you can see, like, this is pretty good. I mean, compared to the $8 or $7.98 or whatever, however much Minecraft Realms server is, I paid for that a couple times, and it was like, man, I have this PC, but I'm seeing clouds. Look, if you're having doubts of doing this, I fully recommend you create your own server, your own PC. Like this server's in another room right now, and say I know I'm not going to be using the server. I could just save and shut it down, save power. But basically, we can keep this thing on for for a long time. And just play Minecraft with friends, maybe locally, your home. But look at this view distance. I mean, my goodness, 26. This is a very different game compared to what we were seeing earlier. I can actually create a tower and know where I'm gonna go or where do I need to go. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go ahead and load this up with Optifine and see if we can even get better performance. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I'm loading in right now with Optifine into our server, and as you can see, man, I'm ready to get some friends on here and start playing some Minecraft, because this is so much better than Realms. It's so much better than those sketchy websites, and it's your own server. You got powerful old computer, load it up. I think you could even do this on your main computer if you wanted to. So guys, this concludes this video. As you can see, 26 view distance with only 8 gigs of RAM, and I'm only allocating 4 to the Minecraft server, and I'm not experiencing any lag. Look how fast this is. I mean, guys, turn your old PC into a Minecraft server with the instructions in this video. And again, guys, I did this out because this is something that I'm actually doing, and I thought you guys would find it helpful. So like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, terminal stuff, projects like this, programming. Check out my channel. I got it all, and I think I might even load up a blog post on this, so look for that in the future. I do have my personal website, which is bradleydallen.io. It's basically this channel's blogs, basically blog versions of the video and extra content there. So don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy your Minecraft server, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.